All right, folks, I just got done watching the Bills-Rams, one of the best games of the entire season, very entertaining. And coming into this week, I looked at the Sunday schedule, and I thought, well, the best two games of the week are on Thursday night and Sunday Night Football. Might make for kind of a boring Sunday afternoon, but it was actually very entertaining, and there were really four things that stuck out to me today. So number one, the Rams beat the Bills in L.A., and this was a great game. I thought both quarterbacks were awesome today. Josh Allen there towards the middle to the end of the game looked like he could not be stopped if he had 15 defenders on the field. He had 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, but a pivotal moment in this game. So the Rams have the ball with about 4 minutes left on the clock in the game, up by 3, and they have it 4th and 5, and rather than going for a 52-yard field goal, they go for it, they convert, they go down and score to go up by 9. The Bills go down and score a touchdown, they don't recover the onside kick, and the Rams win. So a huge game for the Rams, and the Rams are sitting at 7-6, a game back of the NFC West lead. But I think this is a team I would not want to see in the playoffs. I would much rather face Geno Smith than I would Matthew Stafford. I think this team is great. They have 2 great wide receivers. Matthew Stafford is still very good when he gets time to pass, and not a team I would want to see in the playoffs if I were the Lions or Eagles. And on the Bills side of things, so now what does this mean for the Bills? Well, they're sitting at 10-3, and now they're almost certainly going to have to go to Arrowhead. They're going to be in the 2 spot. I think it's very unlikely they catch the Chiefs for that 1 seed now. So they're going to be playing on the road. They're not going to have a first-round bye, and now they're tied with the Steelers for the 3 seed. So that means their second-round matchup would probably end up being on the road if it comes to that, and kind of a costly loss for them on the road after winning 7 straight. Number 2, it is time for Michael Penix in Atlanta. Kirk Cousins was absolutely terrible the past 2 weeks. His stats today did not look too bad as far as the yardage goes, but let me give you a couple more stats. In the past 4 games, Kirk Cousins has thrown 0 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. That is about as bad as it gets. If it's any other quarterback, any other name, if his name is someone else, he's probably getting benched. And you watching that game today, he can't move. He doesn't have any zip on his ball. About half of his balls seem like they flutter out of his hands. And I just think he's a bad quarterback. I think he's washed right now. I think they need to go to Michael Penix. A few weeks ago, it looked like Atlanta was surely going to win the NFC South. Now they're a game back at Tampa Bay. And I don't really see what they have to lose now, because Michael Penix can't be any worse than Kirk Cousins is at this stage in his career. And I just think you might as well get your first-round pick some starting time. So that's the way I see it. I think Michael Penix should be the starter at Atlanta moving forward. I think Kirk Cousins, I've seen enough to him, know that he's probably towards the very end of his career the way he looked today and last week. Number 3, Russell Wilson. I hate to do this, but I have to apologize to Russell Wilson. Last year, I said he was done. I thought he was terrible last year. I did not think he had any football left in him. I thought they were better off staying with Justin Fields, and he's been very good, and he's kind of completed this Steelers offense. And if you look at since he's come in from injury on October 20th, he is 7-1, 12 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions, and averaging 255 yards per game. That is pretty good. And I love the Steelers' defense, and this is a team that I did not think was going to be very good. I thought the Ravens would win the NFC North, and right now they are looking very solid, and no team's going to want to play against that defense in the playoffs. And number 4, the Eagles survive versus the Panthers. This is a game they should have lost. But my key here is I absolutely hate their coaching. They made so many coaching errors in this game. They should have lost this game. The Panthers are driving down. Leggett drops a touchdown pass that would have won it for the Panthers. But there's 2 things that really just irritate the hell out of me watching the Eagles play. Saquon Barkley averaged 6.2 yards per carry. Why are they so afraid to give it to him more? And there were 2 drives that really stuck out to me watching this game. So one drive in the beginning of the second half, in the first 4 plays, they give it to Saquon Barkley 4 straight times. He rushes for 18 yards, 4 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards. He does not touch the ball the rest of the drive. They settle for a 55-yard field goal that they miss. It just seems like they're afraid to give it to him too much. It's like he's on some kind of pitch count or something like that, and they don't do it. Same thing when they had 3 minutes left in the game. All they had to do was get a first down to win it. 1st and 10, they give the ball to Saquon. He rushes for 9 yards. 2nd down, he gets stopped. On 3rd down, I'm thinking, just give it to Saquon again. He's going to get the first down. Hurts drops back to pass. He gets sacked for about a loss of 8. They have to punt it to Carolina. They should have lost. I have no idea why they are so afraid to give the ball to Saquon more than they do. He should be touching the ball a minimum of 25 to 30 times a game. I think he's the best player on the field, and it just seemed like time and time again today, in crucial situations, they just didn't want to hand the ball off to him. When it seemed like that's all they had to do, he was just gouging them time and time again, and they just refused to give it to him. I think Sirianni is a terrible head coach with a very talented roster, and I think it's going to cost them their season at some point this year. So, exciting week 14. We still have a huge game tonight between the Chargers and Chiefs. I want to see if the Chargers can really knock off one of the top contenders in the AFC and how for real they are. And we'll talk to everyone Wednesday night.